Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So, we are back for another sit down, get ready with me while I talk about Haikyuu video. So, I'm just gonna stop rambling, keep this like little intro short, and just roll the rest of the clip. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my ramblings about this week's episode as always, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Alrighty, you guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dive in and just start talking about Haikyuu this week. Oh man, episode 9 of Haikyuu was super chill. Super duper chill. Not too much happened, which I definitely expected. But even though it was like a super chill episode, I really enjoyed it and was really looking forward to like these little chill moments basically, just because it's like so fun and you know you get to see everyone how they're doing, which is like the episode name of the title, the night before. Actually it's everyone's night, but whatever. It's just really nice to see like how everybody is feeling, you know, right before heading off to nationals. And we basically see kind of like mainly Daichi being a little bit nervous to the point where he starts having like bad dreams. Like my poor boy, like I felt really bad because he was just really nervous, which granted, you know, it's like their first time that they're going to nationals and no one's really heard about them until now, and it's nationals. This is like unknown territory for our boys. They don't really know what to expect. And because it's nationals, there's gonna be some crazy teams, I'm sure. It's totally understandable why Daichi would be nervous. And obviously he's not the only one that's really nervous. And since we're on the topic of Daichi, let's talk about our third years because they had a really cute moment that I was really looking forward to seeing animated, which was just our third years, including Shimizu going to the shrine. Like it was really adorable. Because like Asahi can't even talk because he's like so nervous. Suga's trying to lighten the mood and he's just like, why aren't you guys responding? Like what is going on? And that's when Daichi kind of just snaps into it and he just starts getting the mood a little bit more lighter than, because like the boys start talking like they usually do, right? Which was really nice, and it was really cute because we don't really get to see the third years hang out with each other like this very often, or we really get like that much of a focus with the four of them together. So it's really nice and really cool to see. And once they're like done with their little shrine visit, this is like my favorite moment, was when Asahi says that he was praying to the gods for them to be basically okay at nationals, or for them to win, something like that, something among those lines. And so it's just like, well, you know, it makes sense to be praying about that, like who doesn't? And I like how Shimizu was like, the gods aren't gonna help you here. And it's just kind of funny, and the boys are like, did you really have to say that right now? I just really like that Shimizu is just so blunt and to the point, but she's like, well, you don't really need it because you guys are gonna do your best and I believe in you. That's basically kind of like the gist of what she said. Not obviously not in those exact words, but that's basically like I said, the gist of it, which then in turn basically like motivates our third year boys, and it's really cute. Which Shimizu starts smiling at the boys, and you know, they're just being themselves now, and it's really cute. And then we kind of jump over to like everyone else and what they're doing, because it is like New Year's. Like we get to see glimpses here and there, and Daichi does run into like Kageyama and Hinaza, as well as Nishinoya and Tanaka, because they ended up at the gym. Even though it's closed, they were just outside trying to play, I guess, like I said, badminton? I think that's what it is. I don't know, like I said. And Daichi's just like, why are you guys here? Go home. I swear to God, if you guys catch a cold before we leave. Sure enough, he gets everyone home. And I like how they do ask him, they're like, okay, but why are you here? And he's like, well, because I wanted to make sure our gym was still there and it's not taken over by the basketball club. And they're like, what? Which, poor Daichi, he's just so worried, and he has a lot to think about, I guess. Clearly there's a lot on his mind, and it's just kind of like I said earlier, you know, it's their first time going to nationals, and there's just a lot of pressure, I guess, and just a lot of emotions and nerves, and just, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. But we also do get like this really cute moment with him and his former schoolmate, which we saw in season 1 back then. they played against their team, and they had like a really cute moment, and I guess talking to his friend really helped Samura like calm his nerves, which was really, really nice and sweet. Like you can see like Samura like something like lifting off his like shoulders because he's like more relaxed now. And I'm just like, oh, that was really sweet. Like that's all he really needed, was to like talk to a friend and just kind of relax a little bit. And then finally we get to the big moment. Well, not necessarily like the big moment, but we do head over to the spring nationals. Like we're almost there. So basically they arrived the day before and they're trying to like get everyone's nerves calmed down, and Coach Ukai has like this really cool video of them and like basically showing off like their best moves or like something like that. And I thought that was like a really sweet video, and you see like little moments of Nishinoya and him doing like these really cool moves and stuff like that, and it's just to motivate the team and help them calm their nerves. And Takada does says this, he's like, I thought we were gonna be like just all, you know, trying to observe like the other teams and like trying to figure out what to do and stuff like that. And he's like, well, yeah, that's part of it, but also we need to lift morale, calm their nerves, because like what's the point if they're not like motivated and like focused and stuff like that. So that was really nice because it definitely does bring a little bit of confidence into the boys, especially Asahi. Oh my gosh, Asahi was really adorable because Suga like tells him, he's like, dude, you've been watching this video like so many times, when are you gonna stop? And he's just like, but everyone's so cool. Like Asahi was really, really cute. Like Asahi seeing that video, I'm sure that meant a lot to him, and he was just like, wow, I look so cool, like wow, you know, like it definitely boosted his confidence a little bit. Which, speaking of nerves, we also do have like this moment with Hinata and Kageyama where they're like super antsy because Kageyama's gonna go out for a jog, and then Hinata's like, okay, I'm gonna join with you, blah blah, and Enoshita is like, hold it. Because he knows how if these two go together, they're gonna just like exhaust themselves, because they're always, you know, it's Hinata and Kageyama, like they're gonna be chaotic, especially if no one's watching them. So Enoshita's like, okay, hold up a second. And he kind of thinks about it. He's like, well, if I don't let them go and they're just completely like restless the whole night, that's bad. But if I let them go on their own and they exhaust themselves, that's also bad. So he's trying to figure out what to do, and my poor boy Tsukishima gets dragged into this mess. And it's so funny because before Enoshita says anything, he's like, no. And it's so funny because Enoshita's like, but I haven't even said anything. And Tsukishima's like, you don't need to, I know what you're gonna say. And funny enough, Enoshita's like, okay, but you are also really antsy, so you can't deny it. I think this will help you too. And then Tsukishima's just like, god damn it. But at the same time, he's just like, okay, but you don't really expect me to catch up with these two, right? And sure enough, Enoshita works some of his magic, and the lady at the end basically lets Tsukishima borrow her bike. My poor boy hates it. Like, his face is like so funny. Oh my gosh. It is just so stinking hilarious, like how this whole situation ends up working out. And of course, Tsukishima being Tsukishima does give Kageyama and Hinata a warning. He's like, hey, if you guys go overboard or you do something stupid or like something along those lines, because Tsukishima already knows like what's gonna happen if he doesn't set some rules. So he's like, do something and I will leave you abandoned in some shady ass street where you guys cannot come back. And I'm like, god damn Tsukishima, like, but sure enough, it does work. And he does go off with Hinata and Kageyama, and they get their little bit of exercise and get that energy out that was making them really antsy. So, you know, that all worked out. And now we're going to talk about like my favorite thing that I was really looking forward to seeing animated. Like, it's such a sweet little tiny moment, but like I was really looking forward to this moment. And that is with Yachi and Shimizu. Oh my gosh, you guys. This moment was just so cute and sweet because we don't really get a lot of time. Like, we do have some moments here and there with Yachi and Shimizu, but nothing like this where it's just these two alone together, you know? Like, we haven't really gotten a moment like this completely since when Yachi was joining the club, you know? So it's nice to have like something like this, especially, you know, this is Shimizu's last year and they don't really have a lot of time together, so it's really nice that these two get like a little bit of time together and they talk, and you can tell Yachi's like a little bit nervous, and she's like, okay, what do we talk about? Like, I don't know what to say. And she just like blurts out the first thing that comes to her mind. She's like, doesn't it get hot with you wearing tights? Because I see you wearing them all the time. And Yachi, you know, Yachi being Yachi, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if that was out of line. And Shimizu's like, no, like that's totally fine. And then we hear basically Shimizu pretty much talk about why she wears her tights. And she basically goes on to explain that the reason why she wears tights is because she does have scars on her legs. And Yachi's like, huh? Like, what do you mean you have scars on your legs? And she's like, well, it's because back in middle school, I was actually on the track team. And I remember when I first read this in the manga, I was like, what? Like, I thought that was really, really cool of Shimizu. I was like, wait. Like, I was like, you know, like, I was a little shook, but also like, I don't know, like it was such a little cool moment to hear Shimizu and hear her backstory. And she goes on and explains, she's like, well, you know, I've always been like the quiet, I wasn't really close to anybody, which Shimizu at this point is really relatable because I'm the same way. I don't really talk to anybody, especially back in school. Never really talked to anybody, just stayed in my own lanes. Didn't really talk to anybody, so I kind of felt that when Shimizu was talking about that. And she talks about a little bit about her experience back when she was doing track, which she would like go over like the hurdles and stuff. Like that's what she was telling Yachi that she would do mainly, but she like fell over them more often than needed or something like that, which is why she has those scars on her legs because of her constantly falling on those hurdles. And then Shimizu kind of goes on to say, she's like, you know, I've never really had like a moment like this where I had like a junior where I get to spend time with them and like talk to them about these type of things and just have fun and relax and stuff like that. Like it was really, really cute because she tells Yachi, she's like, well, you know, you're the first that I've ever experienced this type of stuff with, and I've ever gotten really close because I've never been this close with anybody. You could tell like it means a lot to Yachi hearing Shimizu say all this, and it also means a lot to Shimizu that she was able to form a bond with Yachi and able to talk to her like this and just have some quality girl time, man. Like it's so cute. There's like a couple more things that I do want to talk about regarding this week's episode, and that is when we finally go to the opening ceremony for everybody that made it to nationals. And holy crap, we see all of our favorite teams. We see Nekoma, we see Fukurodani, which I lost it when I saw Bokuto. Like I was so happy to see my boy again. It's been so long since the OVAs, but still, you know, like I miss that hey man. We also saw Sasuke and Komori, which were the same guys that were at the training camp with Kageyama, and it was really nice. Poor Sasuke, oh my gosh. He was just like in the corner because he hates crowds, and oh my gosh, you can obviously tell he absolutely hates the situation he's in with all this crowded people. Like, my poor boy. Like, somebody save him please. And speaking of running into people, we finally, well at least the anime onlys, us manga readers, were really excited to meet this character. Like, not meet this character, but like see her animated. We finally got to see Kanoka. Like, oh my gosh, hopefully I said her name right. But yeah, like we finally got to see her animated and I was so excited. Like she was so cute. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I can't like explain it. Like I was just so happy to see her animated. She sounds so sweet and so adorable. Oh my gosh. And she's really tall, which the way that we meet Kanoka is like kind of hilarious because Hinata gets pushed, and since he gets pushed, he accidentally pushes Nishinoya, and Nishinoya like straight up has like this goofy ass moment, and he's about to bump into this girl and he's just like, oh my gosh, is this like one of those moments, like those pervy moments that happen? And I was like, oh my god. And this dude doesn't even try to stop himself. He's just like, you know what, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm gonna let it happen. And obviously that doesn't happen because Kanoka like picks him up like nothing, and she's like, are you okay? And she says, she's so adorable. And that's when Tanaka notices her and he's like, hey, like it's you, and it's so cute because their interaction is like so freaking adorable. They're basically kind of like catching up and everything, and as soon as Tanaka starts saying, he's like, you know, you've grown a lot. And funny enough, I think it was, who was it? Suga? Daichi? Or was it Asahi? One of those three. I'm pretty sure it was Suga, but I could be totally wrong. They were like, it looks like Tanaka finally realized that he's talking to a girl, because he was talking to her so casually, but as soon as like he like said, you know, oh, she's grown, and his eyes like go straight for the boobs, and he's just like, oh shit. I'm talking to a girl, like a really cute girl. And I don't know, like it's just kind of funny because Tanaka just like, he just kind of stops working, like his mind just goes blank. But yeah, you guys, you anime onlys finally got to see Kanoka and how stinking adorable she really is, because oh my gosh, like I'm so excited we finally got to see her animated. She's so adorable, like I said, so sweet, so cute. And I think the last and final thing that I do want to talk about regarding this week's episode, which is basically pretty much like the final moments in this episode, which is basically like when they enter the opening ceremony grounds and stuff like that, and they're introducing the teams and stuff. Oh my gosh, like this is like the last thing that I do want to talk about, because like this is like where it really starts to get real. Like our boys are actually like at nationals, like it's starting, like here we go, like this is it. We're finally gonna get into nationals. We're finally gonna get into the first match. And when they're introducing the teams, you hear like this orchestra playing for the OP, which is Phoenix. And I completely lost it when I was hearing that. Like it just sounded so beautiful and it fits so well. Like just whoever's idea was it to do that, like kudos to them, because holy shit, that just made the whole entire scene like 1,000 times better. And it's just, oh my gosh, you know. And just seeing our boys be really excited for nationals, like it's starting to become a reality, like it's real, it's happening, and we're finally diving into it, and I'm so incredibly excited, you guys. Like you guys, we're really about to dive into the greatness that is nationals. Like it's about to get really, really epic, and oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to see all these matches animated. Like I'm so excited. But also, you guys, like we're finishing up this first core, like holy shit, like I can't believe this winter season is like about to be over, and then after this we're gonna have to wait until the summertime for the second core, which is where it's really gonna be at, and I'm so excited. But other than that, you guys, I think that's all I really have to say for this week's episode of Haikyuu. Like we're really about to dive into the matches, but next week's episode, I'm so excited. Like the PV didn't really give too much, so I'm not gonna say anything, but oh my gosh, when I saw it, the little tiny glimpse that you see, I lost it. Like I'm so excited for next week's episode. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my ramblings while I did my makeup, and I will see you guys for the next video to talk about Haikyuu once again. So yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!